This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
By the way, Chills, Tiger just made a song.
We can't have Tiger playing live during the show.
200 through 5! Oh, it's happening! It's all happening!
Wow.
It's Golic and Wingo.
Find my way back.
Yeah, every time we play that, I feel
Do you really?
Yeah, I feel a little less good about myself in general.
Golic and Wingo, ESPN Radio and ESPN News, presented by Progressive Insurance. All phone guests will join us on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line. And again, this is one of the great weeks in sports because we seamlessly transition from the pinnacle of the college basketball season. We had the women's game Sunday, championship game, the men's game Monday, top of the line there, and then we go right into what many people consider to be the pinnacle of the entire golf year.
Right.
That would be the Masters. I will always lean towards the Ryder Cup. I think it's the greatest. I understand why people don't get it.
I dig the Ryder Cup. I'm with you.
Brawl.
Love the competition.
And
absolutely.
It's a team sport and not a team. It's great. But everybody gravitates toward the Masters, and rightfully so. It's the sign that, hey, maybe spring is actually here. Please, oh, please, oh, please. As it's the first major of the year, and the azaleas are in bloom and all that stuff. And it's the first time in 3 years that Tiger Woods will be able to compete. Back, fused, disc out. The last 2 years, he could barely hobble around. It was really disheartening to see. But Tiger is not only playing, but he is the betting favorite. Now, I'm not buying any of that.
No, I'm not either.
I'm not buying any of that because there are other players that have been out there doing it better longer. But what do bettors do? They want people to gamble. So they want people to gamble with their heart more than their head. So that's why Tiger is the prohibitive favorite. But Tiger, the last time he played the Masters, 2015, tied for 17th. It was the last time he made a cut at a major. And then the last 2 years have just been disastrous. But now he's back, ready to roll, and he sat down. While I appreciate what Tiger was saying, I'm not sure I'm buying all of it.
Yeah.
Because anybody else will tell you there's really one roar that's more different than anybody else's, and that's his.
That's the Tiger roar?
That would be the Tiger roar.
Yeah.
Now, at Augusta, there is a big bastion of Phil Mickelson fans. And he's won it 3 times, including an amazing stretch, 4, 5, 6. Phil won in 04, Tiger won in 05, and Phil won again in 06, and then Phil won it again in 2010. There is definitely a Phil roar. I'm not sure there's an Ernie roar anymore or some of these other guys, but I get what he was saying. When you're playing and you hear something, you know it had to be 1 or 2 players who bring those crowds out.
Yeah, or where that person is on the course. And right now, Tiger's on the course with Phil and Freddie Couples again.
Yeah, that, by the way, is a very fascinating dynamic.
It is.
Because when Tiger was at his peak and Phil was literally the second guy.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of love lost.
Wasn't a lot of love between those two. And there was the infamous, I think it was 2004 Ryder Cup team where Hal Sutton, who was the champion, the captain, decided to pair Tiger and Phil together. He's like, we got the 2 best players on our team. What could go wrong? Everything
went wrong,
Nothing worked about that pairing. But one of the really interesting things about Tiger's comeback and his second or third chance, really, if you think about it, with the back injuries and everything that he's had, is that their relationship has gotten so much better. They never would have practiced before.
No, I agree.
Never would have gone down that road. In fact, when Phil won a few weeks ago at the World Golf Championship in Mexico, one of the first congratulatory calls he got was from Tiger. And then when Tiger played well at the Valspar and well at the PGA National, the Honda, and obviously was in contention at Bay Hill, Phil was riding along. And that's a fun thing to see because as they get older...
Tiger's 42, Phil's 47? 47, so it's, time to maybe let's smell the roses as while we're playing well.
Smell the azaleas this week.
While we're playing well, it doesn't have to be all maybe that it was when we were younger and really getting after it.
Well, to that point, there was a great moment. I think it was at I think it was at the end of the year. I can't remember what event. It was before the FedEx was in play. It was not the Players Championship, but one of the things at the end of the year.
A tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it kind of does. But anyway, so they went through. They do on the first tee. They announce who these people are and all the things they've won. And Phil won a couple times that year, and then blah blah. And Phil Mickelson. And they went, and now Tiger Woods. This, that, and it went on for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And they weren't done. finally Phil said, all right. And the entire crowd broke up in laughter, but it was like, can we just get on with this? I get it. He's better than me. I understand. So there was that sort of like, I'm kidding, but I'm not really kidding.
And then it's almost, we saw it a couple of tournaments ago where guys that have to play with Tiger maybe aren't the happiest in the world about it, right?
Yeah.
Because of the crowd that's trailing them and the noise and the people saying stuff and the chatter that's going on. If Tiger's not hitting, there's probably more conversation amongst the crowd. The crowd is bigger, and that can have a negative impact on the other players. So sometimes I think the other players are a little, you know what, I'd rather not be playing with Tiger and the crowd that follows him.
Well, listen, everybody will tell you that playing with Tiger Woods is in a class by itself because of the crowds that follow.
Not always good class.
No. And Rory McIlroy, who, by the way, blitzkrieged the field at Bay Hill and really is now one of the betting favorites and is a green jacket away from being the sixth golfer to win the 4 professional majors. The crowds, along with Tiger Woods, cost him a couple of shots around because of everything that's going on. It is a different circus. It is a different atmosphere that you are dealing with when you're playing with Tiger Woods. And if you're out there for the first time and you're not used to it, I mean, it will mess you up.
Oh, yeah,
it will absolutely mess you up. And that's the thing that I think that has been most impressive about Tiger over the years. When Michael Campbell won his only major, the U.S. Open at 2005 at Pinehurst, it was an amazing pressure-packed thing. And Tiger was in the hunt. I think he finished 1 or 2 strokes back that year, playing the group ahead of him. Michael Campbell, and Tiger at that point had won 10, I think, of his 14 majors. Michael Campbell went to Tiger and said, how have you done this 10 times? I mean, that's the thing that's been the most amazing thing about Tiger in this fishbowl when he was at his best, that he was able to put away on the course all this stuff and still focus and be excellent.
Well, I think one other thing, though, is Campbell's not used to it. Tiger is. I think that helps as well, is when you're in front of it time and time again, you kind of become numb to it a little bit. So, to me, the most important thing tonight is the dinner that's going to be served.
Yes.
That Sergio Garcia got to pick.
We had him on when you were out last week. He wouldn't tell us what the menu was going to be.
And to me, the most important thing is the dessert.
Yeah.
What's the dessert going to be?
What would you, if you could pick one dessert, what would it be?
Sundae bar.
Sundae bar?
Yeah.
All right.
Sundae bar, without question.
All right. We want to get more into what actually would be in your dream Sunday at the Sundae bar at Augusta.
Okay. All right.
After this. Coming up, it is another title for the city of Philadelphia. Villanova cuts down the nets. And again, everybody should be thanking the Eagles. That's just the way it is. Golic and Wingo on ESPN Radio, ESPN News.